Hello, welcome to Wisdom in Photography. My name is Shmuel Diamond. Just going to be discussing a few pictures over here. Looking at this image here. This is a good example of messy light, patches of shadow, patches of light, hard as well. That's called messy light. By just moving the flash around from being more above to around from the side here, we create a very clean light. And look at the difference between these two pictures, between messy light and clean light. Nothing changed, just the direction of the flash. Flash power also stayed the same. Okay, just the difference between the correct choice of lens. This was, and it's only possible with my the fact that I used two cameras. I don't think I would have been able to do it quick enough otherwise. This was a group of friends with my 24mm 105 at 24mm, and this was with my fisheye at 14mm. Much better picture, nice shot. Just a nice little. This was a visual treat. Just looking at this picture, and then all of a sudden we fall on the son and the father. It's like a nice surprise, but also notice just how carefully they've been placed. That has a lot to do. A little bit further over, if this kid was getting covered, this picture would not have worked like it does. It's all in the details. Okay, just squeezing two poses out of one pose. Nice shot there. But we just also got another pose. Just quickly, everyone turn around. Sun's a little bit strong. Okay, now this was a nice interaction, just a nice way. This is one picture, and then this is the same picture. This was just a few seconds later, literally 50 and 54 seconds. Have everyone pose nicely. She's getting a little bit covered, but now let's see. All we need to do is ask them, number one, look at each other. Everyone please look at each other with a little more energy. Okay guys, we're going to look at each other right now, and now you can see it on Mum's face. It was okay, just blow a face at each other. And this actual picture in itself is actually nothing much, but for sure, number one, this is a nice shot, but for sure you're going to get some crazy reactions. And here we go, Mother cracks up. When one person cracks up, everyone cracks up, and then you need to start laughing as well. Ha ha, and everything just explodes, and then before you know it, you get pictures like that. There you go, and that's nice as well that she's like not amused. Nice. Anyway, next, I always teach the idea of cropping in close, which gives you the two eyes intimacy and intensity. This image it's not really intense, but it's definitely very intimate. But this shape here is actually quite an intense shape. It's very triangular. Kandinsky speaks about all this kind of stuff, but this shape here is actually quite intense. So we've actually got a very cropped in image. Obviously this is the main part of the image, but don't think that this stuff in the background isn't doing a lot to you, because it really is. I always explain it's like, especially with the bigger images like that Jim Garner, you should check out Jim Garner's stuff. The way he shoots with long panoramic images. Maybe I'll just quickly pull one up. 1 second. Shouldn't take too long to get to one. 1 second. It might take me a little bit longer than I was thinking. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to find that right now, but you can put it up online actually. 1 second, let's go to Jim Garner. Wait for some images. It's worth it, this kind of thing. So these are images that he's very famous for. This kind of thing, long, it's got chopped off here, sorry. But images where there's a lot of empty space. That's really like here. See this image here with the bride and groom on the end, and a whole lot of empty space. So I speak about this in class, that this empty space is actually, it's like, so to speak, creating a place in your heart for this image to form. That's how this works. This is affecting you on a very deep level, to do with the textures, to do with the vertical lines, to do with the colours, to do with the contrast, to do with where the different streaks of light over here. We've got horizontal lines as well. This is what Kandinsky spent his life discovering and tasting, what this stuff does to a person. He didn't have the access to what we do today for photography, and his whole thing was to break away from the constraints of subject, i.e. these people, and just to really enjoy the abstract. That I can find for you very quickly. Pictures of Kandinsky. So about this, 1 second. Again, to this, excuse me. Kandinsky. So this is probably Kandinsky's most famous work. This is called Composition 8. He has a lot of famous stuff, I mean, in the world of art, and his whole work was spent trying to taste what emotion and feeling this was, or graphics create in you. It's really a tremendous key into all of reality, if you realise that the lines, what triangles do to you, and when we're walking around, we're seeing photography all over the place. It's just one big photograph, so to speak. So all of these lines are constantly doing stuff to us. That's why, I suppose, thinking about it now, the different kinds of emotions that come from being in the city to being in the outdoors and so on and so forth, being near water, however it is, the different colours and the different shapes and textures that really affect a person. Okay, let's just go back to finish off these pictures. Oh, we're just going to finish off with a couple more points. This was just a very nice official pose. That light, that dark under his eye is annoying me. Could have maybe got rid of that with a reflector, but it's quite difficult with a hat like that. We've just got a strong pose coming in this side. His right arm creates a strong line, brings down to the little boy. The fact that the little boy's holding his hands by himself, that means your eye flows back up here, connects back here, and by just having these fingers dropping over on the shoulder, we've now created a perfect line. Everything's very much within itself. This is basically out of camera. Also, this was very important to show everybody, I thought. This shadow here on a kid does not look good. Okay, and I made the same mistake again. I mean, I fixed it, but this kind of dark shadow in regards to this soft flat light is really not what it's about. So if you are photographing children, yeah, make sure to, it's not really even worth taking the picture. Anyway, I mean, it's got a nice smile. It would have been nicer if it was more light. Okay, look forward to seeing you next week. All the best.